Ada berita apa aja sih di Taiwan?
Atau libur bingung mau kemana?
Gimana sih studi dan kerja di Taiwan?
Yuk dengarkan langsung RTI FM Online
setiap Senin sampai Jumat pukul 5 sore.
Halo teman-teman RTI FM Online semuanya. Apa kabar nih kalian di akhir pekan kali ini ya? Gak berasa ya kita udah di hari Jumat lagi. Bahkan kita sudah berada di pertengahan bulan Januari. Dan kita udah mau yang namanya masuk di malam tahun baru Imlek. Tepatnya nanti tanggal 28 Januari ya teman-teman ya. Dan terkait dengan itu juga kita mau ngabarin kalau kita hadir kembali nih, tetap setia ya menemani kalian semua, yaitu saya Linda
Dan saya Cindy
dalam acara RTI FM Online di hari Jumat, yaitu Pekan Interaktif. Dan seperti biasa dong teman-teman ya, selama 30 menit ke depan kita akan hadir dan menemani kalian semua dengan beberapa topik yang menarik tentu saja nih. Dan di akhir pekan ini kita punya apa sih Kak Cindy?
Nah, kita memiliki kabar yang sangat menggembirakan bagi kalian yang hobi belanja, karena Pasar Imlek Dadaocheng 2025 di Taipei telah dimulai loh. Wah, bagaimana nih informasi selengkapnya ya Kak Linda ya? Jualan apa saja? Kemudian ada apa aja sih di dalam sana?
Wow, tentu saja nih kita akan bagi-bagi tips dan detail-detail menarik terkait yang namanya Pasar Imlek Dadaocheng tahun 2025 ini. Dan kemudian kita juga akan menampilkan sebuah wawancara ya. Tapi kali ini wawancara bukan sembarang wawancara ya. Kita akan mewawancarai seorang tamu istimewa dari Museum Nasional Taiwan yang bernama Emily ya teman-teman ya. Mungkin beberapa dari antara kalian sudah ada yang kenal sama dia. Tapi untuk selengkapnya dan kita mau wawancara tentang apa, tentu saja ya dengerin terus acara kita setelah selingan yang berikut ini. Gak berasa ya teman-teman ya, baru aja merayakan yang namanya tahun baru, kita udah mau merayakan tahun baru Imlek lagi nih teman-teman ya. Dan kali ini tentu saja di pertengahan Januari orang-orang udah mulai sibuk nih. Ngapain aja? Tentu saja yang paling utama adalah melakukan yang namanya pembersihan besar-besaran. Seperti yang kalian tahu ya, aku sama beberapa penyiar lain pasti udah ngebahas soal yang namanya pembersihan besar-besaran ini nih teman-teman. Tapi ternyata kalau yang namanya Imlek pasti nggak cuma yang namanya bersih-bersih dong. Ada apa lagi nih Kak Cindy?
Wah, Imlek itu banyak sekali ya kegiatannya ya teman-teman ya. Dari tadi Kak Linda bilang ada bersih-bersih. Terus setelah rumahnya dibersihin ya, pasti kita semua merasa lah kok jadi kosong ya. Otomatis banyak sekali nih orang-orang Taiwan yang membeli baju baru nih teman-teman. Kemudian mereka akan membeli perlengkapan Imlek, misalnya kayak kertas angpau, terus kacang-kacangan nih, permen, terus ya makanan-makanan lain ya. Karena di rumah juga banyak kedatangan tamu ya Kak Linda ya.
Oh benar juga ya, namanya aja persiapan Imlek nih pastinya riuh rendah ya teman-teman ya. Dan gak cuman itu aja, kalian juga pasti tahu kan, pasar kalau udah menjelang Imlek nih, apalagi Imlek tinggal 2 minggu lagi ya Kak Cindy ya, otomatis ya yang namanya pasar-pasar itu udah mempersiapkan berbagai makanan yang sangat meriah nih teman-teman ya. Biasanya kalau pasar itu cuma jualannya daging seadanya, seafood seadanya, makanan laut ataupun apa aja, semuanya dengan jumlah yang cukup. Tapi kalau udah namanya menjelang Imlek, jumlahnya semakin berlimpah dan warnanya itu ya, pasar-pasar sekarang udah mulai merah, udah mulai deh pokoknya warna-warna cerah menghiasi nih teman-teman. Tapi itu kan sebenarnya cuman pasar biasa ya. Kalian tahu nggak sih kalau misalnya Imlek di Taiwan ini sebenarnya sebenarnya ada juga loh pasar khusus pas menjelang Imlek. Jadi nih ya, orang-orang yang pas mau Imlek terus bingung, aduh aku harus beli peralatan, perlengkapan, makanan khas terkait dengan Imlek itu di mana sih? Ternyata ada tempat-tempat khususnya loh. Yuk dengerin terus acara kita dan kita akan spill ya tentu saja nih teman-teman ya. Tapi apa aja nih Kak Cindy?
Wah, banyak sekali ya, karena waktu Imlek ini kita akan membeli makanan yang lebih spesial dan lebih mahal nih teman-teman. Misalnya Chiang atau Buddha Jams Over the Wall. Terus juga ada lagi yang namanya sirip hiu. Terus juga ada lagi sarang walet ya teman-teman ya, haisom atau teripang dan sebagainya nih. Makanan-makanan ini hanya biasa dimakan 1 tahun sekali ya teman-teman. Karena kalau dimakan setiap hari dompet kalian bisa kempes nih teman-teman. Dan tapi kalau pas Imlek ini biasanya juga makanan-makanan mahal ini juga ada promosi ya Kak Linda ya, ada diskon, ada paket hadiah dan lain-lain. Termasuk juga nih ya, sebuah jalanan terkenal di kota Taipei yang bernama Tihuacie. Nah, jalanan ini terletak di Dadaocheng ya teman-teman ya, yang dulunya merupakan pusat perdagangan di kota Taipei. Nah, kalau biasanya kita ke sana kita melihat jalanan tersebut sepi, tapi di saat Imlek jalanan ini umpel-umpelan ya, dipadati pengunjung nih. Bahkan sampai susah ya untuk belanja.
Buat kalian yang bingung gitu ya, kok bisa sih ada tempat ini, jangan lupa ya teman-teman ya, yang namanya kota Taipei juga bermula dari kota tua nih teman-teman ya. Jadi awalnya kan kota kecil, udah gitu semakin besar nih. Nah, yang di kota tua alias di Tihuacie alias di dekat Dadaocheng ini, itu setiap tahun selalu ada aja yang namanya pasar menjelang Imlek, yaitu Pasar Imlek. Dan ini merupakan namanya Pasar Imlek tahunan, alias kalau kalian perhatikan dia itu selalu adanya tuh ya menjelang Imlek aja nih teman-teman ya. Dan kalau menjelang Imlek semuanya tumpah ruah sampai kamu nggak bisa lewat. Dan kalian tahu nggak sih kalau di tempat ini ya sebenarnya ya ada kegiatan-kegiatan yang sangat menarik. Nggak cuman kamu bisa beli yang namanya makanan, perlengkapan atau peralatan menjelang Imlek, tapi juga kamu juga bisa ikut kegiatan-kegiatan komunitasnya mereka loh. Terus udah gitu jangan lupa ya, yang paling aku suka sih sebenarnya Kak Cindy, kalau kita ke Tihua Street tentu saja mencicipi aneka permen dan jajanan yang menarik.
Wah, bener banget tuh Kak Linda, valid ya. Jadi misal teman-teman jalan dari ujung A ke ujung B, itu teman-teman gak usah beli barang sih sebenarnya ya. Kalau memang kalian mager, kalian bisa saja misalnya pas lagi liburan ke Taiwan, pas mampir ke sana, ya udah jalan aja dari ujung A ke ujung B dan udah deh makan sampel dari penjual. Dan setelah sampai ujung kalian dijamin kenyang, karena sampel-sampel yang ditawarkan pun itu premium ya teman-teman ya. Misalnya ada keripik rumput laut, permen wijen, aneka jajanan, teh dan lain-lain, semuanya lengkap dan tersedia bagi kalian. Terus juga kelenteng di Jalan Tihuacie situ juga ramai loh, banyak orang sembayang. Jadi kalian bisa melakukan berbagai hal gitu, entah itu sembayang, belanja atau nyicipin sampel yang super lezat.
Nah, buat kalian yang bingung sebenarnya sejak kapan sih Pasar Imlek ini diadakan? Ternyata ya Pasar Imlek ini udah berlangsung sejak tanggal 11 Januari lalu dan akan berlangsung sampai tanggal 27 Januari mendatang nih teman-teman. Kalian bisa lihat ya kalau Pasar Imlek Dadaocheng ini buka setiap hari nih teman-teman ya. Udah gitu kalian juga jangan lupa, buat kalian yang gak mau terlalu berhimpit-himpitan di kota tuanya Taipei alias di Dadaocheng, kalian bisa melipir sedikit ya ke New Taipei.
Betul banget, ternyata di New Taipei ini juga ada Pasar Imlek ya teman-teman ya, yaitu berlangsung besok di tanggal 18 sampai 19 Januari aja setiap pukul 11 siang sampai jam 6 sore di Sanchong Ichun yang melibatkan 20 pelaku usaha unggulan New Taipei. Jadi teman-teman kalau kebetulan males gitu ya ke Taipei, nah teman-teman bisa belanja di sana ya, tapi memang sih ya kiosnya lebih sedikit. Dan di sana nih teman-teman ya, di acara Pasar Tahun Baru New Taipei itu juga ada beragam kegiatan loh, yaitu ada undian berhadiah dengan hadiah wisata air dan darat edisi terbatas selama acara. Jadi kalian bisa naik kapal gratis nih Kak Linda.
Oh, menarik banget nih teman-teman. Tapi nggak cuman itu aja loh berbagai kegiatan yang menarik ini. Kalau kalian mau pergi ke Pasar Imlek ini ya teman-teman ya, ternyata ya ada yang namanya rute Blue Highway nih teman-teman, di mana tanggal 17 sampai 19 Januari, yaitu hari ini sampai lusa ya, ada layanan kapal gratis edisi terbatas di mana kamu bisa naik dari dermaga Chungshao teman-teman. Kemudian kamu sendiri bisa daftar secara online melalui KKTix, kemudian naik kapal pada waktu yang telah ditentukan di dermaga Chungxiao atau dermaga Dadaocheng untuk belanja kebutuhan tahun baru antara New Taipei sama Taipei. Jadi kalau misalnya kalian bingung maksudnya gimana sih? Jadi gini loh teman-teman ya, di Dadaocheng itu kan ada pelabuhan nih. Kalian pasti tahu kan yang namanya dermaga Dadaocheng, tempat kalian ngelihat yang namanya kembang api pas lagi Qixi atau pas lagi Valentine Tionghoa. Nah dari situ ternyata kalian bisa nyebrang tuh ke New Taipei. Nah kali ini pemerintahnya itu bekerja sama untuk menyiapkan 2 tempat pasar Imlek, yaitu New Taipei sama Taipei ya kak.
Betul, jadi nggak usah umpel-umpelan amat ya teman-teman ya. Tapi memang sih umpel-umpelan di pasar Imlek ini memang membawa sensasi tersendiri ya. Jadi berasa sangat festif dan meriah sekali. Jadi bagi teman-teman semua nih ya, ingat ya kalau yang di Dadaocheng dari 11 Januari sampai 27 Januari. Dan kalau ke sana nih disarankan jangan malam-malam, maksimal jam 6, jam 7 malam itu pasarnya sudah kukut. Sementara kalau yang di New Taipei dari tanggal 17 Januari sampai 19 Januari saja pukul 6 sore.
Oke deh teman-teman, kira-kira kalian tertarik nggak sih? Kalau aku sih tertarik banget nih Kak Cindy ya. Dan mungkin saja kita bisa ketemuan di sana ya, entah besok, entah lusa. Karena ya gimana ya, kalau kita sih biasanya jalannya emang di hari Sabtu sama Minggu nih Kak Cindy.
Betul, karena di sana biasanya kiosnya lebih meriah ya teman-teman ya, tapi memang orangnya lebih banyak.
Dan selanjutnya kita akan beralih dengan wawancara eksklusif bersama dengan Emily Yuan Shuwen ya teman-teman ya. Jadi kalau misalnya kalian penasaran dengan wawancara kita di kali ini tapi pakai bahasa Inggris ya, silakan dengerin terus acara kita setelah yang berikut ini. Oke nih teman-teman, kali ini kita di studio kedatangan seorang tamu istimewa ya, tepatnya dari Museum Nasional Taiwan. Dan dia sendiri ini itu cukup terkenal ya di kalangan orang Indonesia karena dia adalah perwakilan dari Museum Nasionalnya Taiwan kalau ada berbagai kegiatan terkait dengan orang Indonesia yang ada di Taipei nih secara khusus. Nah, kita mungkin pakainya bahasa Inggris tapi ya karena beberapa hal itu karena orang ini kebetulan adalah orang Taiwan nih. Boleh kita perkenalan dulu.
Hi, my name is, I should say that in bahasa. Let me try. Nama saya Emily. Saya bekerja di Museum Nasional Taiwan. And that's it for my, that is it for my bahasa. And I work in National Taiwan Museum, and my research area is about Southeast Asian culture in Taiwan, the immigration in Taiwan, and also research about the cultural diversity in Southeast Asia.
Okay, so what do you find interesting about Indonesia culture?
From my work, actually, we have friends from different parts of Southeast Asia and from Indonesia. There are a lot of Indonesian friends. They come to the museum as a group. In this time, I also spend a lot of time learning the culture of Indonesia, and I found Indonesia is not just now we know Indonesia as a big country, but actually only on, for example, but actually on Java Island. There are so many ancient kingdoms and ancient cultures.
Okay, can you share a bit more about your research there? Because you went to Indonesia like with your friends, right?
Yes.
For the research.
Yeah. Because in our museum we have some collection from Indonesia. So we have collection like the puppetry, like the wayang kulit and wayang klitik. So I go to Indonesia to try to learn more about the culture. So we have the wayang klitik in Jawa Timur, and we also have the keris from different places, like from Central Java, like from Madura, and also the keris from Bali. Yeah, and we also have the I don't know if you know the barong and randa in Bali. Yeah, we also have barong and randa from Bali as in the museum. So of course we need to go to Indonesia to learn the culture and meet the people. For example, like for the wayang, we meet with dalang, and for understanding the keris, we need to meet embu, those who make crease. So that's the things I was doing, and now I'll keep doing it. Yeah.
Wow, very interesting, Emily. And then we want to ask you, like, do you think that Indonesian ancient artifacts are in Taiwan and it's treasured in Taiwan?
Yes, I believe that is a treasure in Taiwan, because Taiwanese people, we didn't know that much about ancient dynasties of Indonesia. So from the artifacts, the Indonesian artifacts, from what I learned is I know the place called Kedili. Kedili is an old kingdom, which is so important even before the Mojopahit area. So if we don't understand the Kedili's history, and then it's hard for us to understand the Mojopahit. But before we know Kedili and Mojopahit, we should know at the same time we have Sriwijaya. Sriwijaya is in Malay Peninsula and also the Sumatra. So, and they're also against the East Java kingdom, the power from East Java. So that is very brilliant history and very diverse. I should say that's a very multi-layered history, because if we see Sriwijaya and Kedili and Majapahit, actually in between there is a kingdom called Kerajaan Sunda. So that's very beautiful and diverse, and something it takes a lot of time to learn.
So what is your favorite kingdom of Indonesia, and what is your favorite character of wayang? Can you share with our listeners?
For me, actually, I love every part of it, but my favorite king, the favorite Raja is one. I think there are several. One would be Raja Arlangga. That's the king of Kahuriman Kingdom. He's also the father of Janggala and Kedili. Yeah. And that's the first king I love very much. That's Arlangga. And then in Kedili Kingdom, I love Joyoboyo a lot. Yeah.
So why do you love both of them?
For Arlangga, I think he is the person who started all the history of the East Java. And he's a legend. And then he didn't control the kingdom for like a very long time. He's very generously separate his kingdom to his two sons. So we have Janggala and Kedili. So, and then he went to the mountain to do the meditations. Yeah. And for Joyoboyo, he's the kingdom of Kedili. And Joyoboyo is a mystery person, a very mystery king. He can predict the modern things, even the Second World War, and even he has predicted about the Dutch people come to Indonesia, which is very fascinating. So these are two kings I love very much, and yeah, that's the kingdoms and the kings and the stories I love very much. And for the wayang character, and these are the kings, the Raja story, reflecting on the wayang kliti or wayang kerja. It's very different from wayang kulit, because the wayang kulit is telling the story of Ramayana and Mahabharata. Yeah, talking about the gods from the Hinduism god. But from the wayang kliti and wayang kerja, talking about the kings, the Raja and Rajasa, from Singasari to Majapahit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So that's I think that is something we can learn the histories from the wayang togo. Yeah.
Okay. So what is your favorite wayang character?
If I need to talk about the wayang character, I would say, as I mentioned, the Mahabharata or Ramayana. A lot of people mostly like Vishnu and Ramasinda, but not for me. I personally in favor of Ravana, the king Ravana, the king with 10 heads. I like him very much, because if we if we don't look at the Ramasida story, we only look at the Ravana's kingdom. He is a good king. He makes his kingdom very rich. A kingdom with strong power, and the kingdom is very rich, and he is a king with who is very smart in ruling his kingdom. So I would admire him more.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wow, it's incredible that you even like know about the history about Rawana, right? And then for us, for Indonesian people, usually will choose Wisnu or Rama, Cinta, and others. But you choose the different things, Rawana. Yes. Wow, it's incredible. And then we know that the museum, like last year, exhibit the Painianhua, like the exhibition about 100 artifacts like from Southeast Asian in Taiwan, right? And would you like to share about how do you feel when you exhibited those things in Taiwan, in the museum for the exact?
Okay, because we are when we are researching the Southeast Asian cultures in the museum, we also find out there's a numbers of collections from Southeast Asia, mostly from Indonesia, and they arrived Taiwan around 1920s. And in these 100 years, basically we don't have that many chances to explain or to understand what they are, but I personally feel very lucky that we have a lot of Southeast Asian friends right now contemporarily in Taiwan, because you have helped the museum to explain all the artifacts. So if the exhibition you mentioned, it's not the museum's work only, it is the work of the collaboration of friends from Southeast Asia, from Indonesia, from the Vietnam, from Malaysia, and also from the Philippines. The immigrants, they help us a lot for Taiwanese people or the Taiwanese researchers to understand these artifacts, and also from the process of research. This is also where I find out all these fascinating histories of Southeast Asia and Indonesia.
By the way, I heard you have a horror story or a scary story about when you're gonna exhibit those artifacts. Can you share one of those stories with us?
I think that's more personal feelings. I don't know if it is okay to talk about it, but because we know traditionally in Southeast Asia, now I think still the same, that people are coexisting with the unseen spirits. So when I first time to see those artifacts that is collected in our museum, I found that they firstly they are those exhibits or those collections or the artifacts, even the keys, the daggers. They have the feeling that they don't know where they are.
Oh, so when you open them,
I go to the storage room, and to open the box or open the closet, I found that they still don't know where they are. They feel very confused. That's my personal feelings. So that also I think, and I also get a lot of encouragement that it would be great if we can exhibit them or let them see because they've been in Taiwan for 100 years. They never see their people, the hometown people. So this is also one good thing to exhibit, to showcasing them, and they can meet their contemporary generation from Southeast Asia.
Wow, very
so I think that's a very sweet story, even though sometimes they are not happy or angry.
Yeah, because people, nobody here is gonna watch them and pay them and praise them. So maybe they're a bit witty.
They'll be a little bit angry, but from what I know is that actually they like to have a lot of contact with human beings. Okay. So it is always good to showcasing them and let people understand them. And if you see those artifacts from Southeast Asia, it is okay if you don't know how to speak Bahasa. You can just go there and look at them and pray and say, wow, you're so beautiful, you're so special.
Yeah, maybe the tourists will be happy.
Yeah, they will be that will be good enough, because they will be very happy because they are having interaction with you. So that's one thing I would encourage Taiwanese people. If you see these artifacts, you can go there
and say hi.
Something to them. Yes, say hi to them and to appreciate the beauty of them. Yeah.
But I want to ask also, like, what is the differences like you find between the Indonesian and Taiwanese, like from their culture, or even the same things like from Indonesia and Taiwan, maybe from the religion or from the belief, or maybe from the culture itself?
Yeah, I think if we talk about the ritual or the spirit things, I don't know. I am not a professional of Taiwan's traditional religions, but one thing I know is we know in Southeast Asia or in Indonesia, especially in Bali, the good and evil are coexisting. The heaven and the good and the evil things and the human are coexisting at one environment. So this is a balance. But in Taiwan, this is always we need to cast away the evil to ensure our safety or secure to ourselves. So for me, I think one big difference is that in Taiwan we always say casting away the bad things, but in Southeast Asia, we are like respect all different spirits, no matter they are good or they are evil themselves, but they are, because they were there already. You know, they maybe exist there like long before we appear. So in Southeast Asia, that's also why we should be very careful when we walk on the street or speaking or anything. We should all be very careful, very polite. But in Taiwan, it's different. Of course, we also want polite and say things in a very careful way or polite way, but we have more like we need to cast away the bad spirit. So that's a little bit different, but it's not about good and bad. I think just different habits.
Oh,
just different culture.
Such a beautiful sharing from you.
Yeah, it's very beautiful, I think. What about the same things between the culture in Taiwan or Indonesia? Or maybe you find some things like, oh, I saw this in Taiwan, or from Indonesia, oh, I saw this in Taiwan, like this.
Because there's another thing is this a belief called animism. Yeah, the animism, that is we believe everything has spirit. Yeah, that is especially in Taiwanese indigenous tribes. The animism is a very important religion. So but in our indigenous people, we believe everything has spirit in it. Also the same in Southeast Asia. So in my exhibition, the Centenary Dialogue, sometimes it's hard to explain the beliefs and the religions from Southeast Asia if Taiwanese people have problem to understand. And then we will say, imagine the animism in Taiwanese indigenous tribes. If you have the concept of the animism in indigenous tribe, and then you can understand something, or understand that everything possess spirit, you know, the concept in Indonesia. So sometimes I need to bring something we so used to it in Taiwan, but when we go to Indonesia, and then we need to think about what is it like? It feels very similar, but I just cannot remember what that is. So for example, animism is one example.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, it's very good things that we know about. Oh, okay. I just realized, oh yes, Actually, animism is also the same, like in a lot of traditional culture. Yeah?
Yes, yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, Emily. And then, for the last, what do you want to say to maybe Indonesian friends in Taiwan?
I want to say to orang Indonesia in Taiwan that Taiwan is a place we really welcome all of you come to Taiwan. And for me, I want to say thank you so much for teaching me a lot of knowledge and culture and language, and also you also teach me a lot of multi-layers of your ethnicity and the languages and the culture. So I really appreciate it, and I want to tell the friends from Indonesia that your culture is so rich, and there's so many things we can learn from you. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Emily.
Thank you.
I really
Welcome.
appreciate it.
Dan demikianlah wawancara kita. Sampai jumpa. Dadah.